Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. You are kind of walking into the lion's den of chaos. I've already done a lot of planning off camera, but I figured we could finish planning for the month of October in my Erin Condren vertical life planner together. So if that sounds good to you, stick around and I will bring you up to speed on what I have done. Originally, I was planning on this being a Q4 planning, and it sort of is, but mostly I think this is a month of October planning video. If you are new to my channel, first, hi, welcome. But if you are new, I follow a 90-day or quarterly planning method called HB90. Sarah over at the Heart Breathings YouTube channel has a course called HB90, which stands for Heart Breathings 90 for 90 days. And it is a quarterly planning system that helps you put into perspective your goals, your plans, and helps you create a clear path and a realistic, sustainable plan to help you achieve those goals. So today, I was sitting down after work, working on my quarterly plan. And I had brainstormed a few ideas last week in my regular everyday carry planner. My 3 areas of focus, and Sarah recommends that you have no more than 3 areas of focus each 90-day cycle, just because any more than that can tend to be a little bit difficult to physically have the time for and to be able to follow through on those plans. So my 3 areas that I focus on for HB90 are my writing, my YouTube, and my fitness. So my writing, this is all just brainstorming, like I said. For my writing, I want to find a routine that feels comfortable for Q4. I have fallen out of my writing habit this summer. I typically do in summer, and I've noticed this about myself, and I accept it about myself. I am kind of a seasonal writer. In summer, I am focused on more high physical energy tasks. I want to be doing things outside. I want to be more social. I want to be more physically active. And that doesn't tend to leave a lot of room for my writing. And I previously have not beaten myself up over it, but I have kind of gotten down on myself about it. However, now I think that I can just accept and I hate this phrase, it sounds so cheesy, but it's a season of life for me. So I've accepted that it is a season of life and I can embrace it. I can focus on my writing in the colder, rainier months, and when it's nice and sunny out, I can focus more on my physical activities. So I want to kind of get back into that cozy fall routine and find what feels comfortable for me for Q4, for finishing up the year. I want to finish plotting the first book in my series in October. And if you don't know this about me, I am a very detailed planner and plotter when it comes to my writing. I like to know exactly where my book is going before I sit down and even write the first word of the book. I want every single scene plotted out and planned out ahead of time. So I want to finish plotting book 1, and I am about halfway done with plotting book 1. I still need to figure out the order of some scenes, but I'm about halfway there. And my third goal is to set up my traveler's notebook for writing and get organized, which I've already done that. So check that off. And then for my YouTube channel, I want to post 1 to 3 videos a month. And I didn't push for more than that in my initial brainstorming because I knew I was going to be really busy writing in the last quarter of the year. And also in my fitness, I am ramping up the mileage that I am running, and that takes more time. So I wanted to make sure I left room for my other passions here. And I want to post at least 1 vlog in the month of November. Actually, this ties back to my writing goal. In November, Sarah over at Heart Breathings hosts the Rough Draft Challenge. It is a create your own writing challenge. Typically it caters to writers, but you can do anything for this challenge. You can crochet, you can apply to grad school, you can do whatever you set your mind to, but it is a create your own challenge. And I plan on focusing on drafting book 1 in November. And every November, I take myself on a writing retreat. The first year I stayed for 2 nights. Last year I stayed for 3 nights. And this year I will be staying for 3 nights again. So I last year vlogged my writing retreat. I will try to remember to link it in the cards up here for you if you are interested in my writing retreat from last year and how it went. So I would like to at least vlog my writing retreat because I actually had a lot of fun vlogging it, and I think I would like to do that again this year. Next, I would like to try and document my Rough Draft Challenge and post 4+ videos about it. So whether that's prep videos, vlogging, wrap up, any kind of combination of those. I want at least 4 videos that revolve around the Rough Draft Challenge. And then I also kind of want to play around with trying a few new things for my channel. Maybe playing around with like an intro or outro quick scene, just a quick little 5-second. I feel like lots of YouTube creators have a quick little, hey, how's it going? Or funny take. And then they have a 5-second interlude intro, and then they jump into the video. And similarly, at the end of their video, they have their kind of that same clip or similar clip as an outro. And I might want to try and do that. I've never done anything like that with my videos before, so I just kind of want to play around and maybe try something new. And then for fitness, my third area that I focus on, I want to find another form of exercise that I will enjoy and actually want to do. I really like running, but I need to do other things than running. So I need to maybe do some strength training, or I really need to work on my core muscles, my abs, or lack thereof. I also want to increase my running distance to 7 miles, which I actually have done since brainstorming this, but I would like to hit 7 miles multiple times. I want to set up a physical therapy appointment. I was less than impressed with my last one, and I want to try someone new. And last but not least, I want to try a few yoga for runners videos and maybe do that once a week. I have my pre-run warm-up video that I do every single time. It's about 10 minutes long. And then after my run, I have again, about 10-minute cool down stretch video that I do every time. But I want to diversify the movements, and while the videos that I use are really good for warm-ups and cool downs, they don't just target your legs, ankles, hips, feet. It's whole body stretching and warm-ups. So I really love them. I don't intend to stop using those videos, but I also want to just explore what else is out there and try some yoga and see if that helps my flexibility, if it helps with some of my hip pain, etc., etc. So this was my initial fourth quarter brainstorming. This is my Erin Condren Vertical Life Planner, and this is where I house my HB90 goals. So for the month of October, let's zoom in a little closer. Ooh. So for the month of October, because I said let's take it 1 month at a time. I don't like nitty-gritty detail planning a full 3 months because life never goes how you think it's going to. So there would be no use setting up all of my tasks for each month just for them to either get pushed forward because I'm running ahead of schedule or pushed back because I'm running behind. So I have kind of an overall roadmap of where I would like to go, although my writing only accounts for October because that I would like to take 1 month at a time. But I have an overall roadmap of where I'd like to go. But when it comes time to actually piece out and parcel out those individual tasks and projects, I like to work 1 month at a time so I don't get ahead of myself. So I have been using we'll put my pencil in there so I don't lose my spot. I have been using my Erin Condren markers. This terracotta-ish color has always denoted my writing. Wow, I open up to a blank page. Great. This is real life. I have this powder blue color and this heather color, and they represent my writing, YouTube, and fitness respectively. And I've chosen different colors for each area or goal of my life. At the beginning of a month, I set out in as much or as little detail some priorities and goals. July, I was all in on the planning, at least on the calendar page. And then each week I go through, I say what I worked on, how many task blocks I spent on those tasks. And a task block is a 30-minute increment of time for me. So I go through, write my tasks, how long they took me, and then I have a weekly total here for each area. And then at the end of the month, I write down how many task blocks I had scheduled for that area, how many I used, what went well, what went wrong, and then a commitment for next month. So September, I did very little. August and September, I really just kind of didn't do much of anything, which makes sense. It's still warm here in Washington. It's still summer for most of the months. And I am really busy at work. Here in the next couple weeks, my work will be less busy, but I am very busy at work right now. And as you can see, I just don't have a whole lot of spoons left for other things. So this month, however, for October, I do plan on kind of getting back into the rhythm, getting back into the swing of things, and creating that sense of routine for myself. And I feel a little bit ambitious with this plan, but I also know that I can do it. And it's just a matter of buckling in and doing it. There's no excuse for me not to get these things done. So I'm just going to grab the bull by the horns and we're going to go for it. So for my writing, I have broken my month down into tasks. Same thing for my YouTube and my fitness goals. So for my writing, I want to finish plotting book 1, and I estimate that will take me 20 task blocks or about 10 hours. And I think I can get it done in less than that, but I do like to overestimate my task blocks as opposed to underestimating them. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to pause for a second. My hands are all dirty, and I started telling you about this, and then I got distracted. I should really try outlining my videos. So as I was saying, I was using these markers. However, they decided to leak on me. The only one that is not leaking is this terracotta one. Nope, that one's leaking too. Maybe it's this one. Nope, they're all leaking. All 3 of these are leaking, and I'm not real happy about that because I just bought these, like, I don't know, in the spring, early summer. So I have not had them long, and they're leaking all over. So I changed colors to my Tombows, and they're similar enough. So that's why my hands are blue. That's why my colors have changed. And we're coming back. Thanks for being buckled in safely for my whiplash conversations here. So back to my writing goals. I, like I said, like to overestimate how many task blocks I think things will take me, just because I would rather overestimate and finish early or ahead of schedule than underestimate and really fill my plate fuller than it should be. So I want to refine my main characters' character arc and their desire, fear, and misbelief for book 1. I already have a pretty good idea of their character arc. I just want to maybe tweak and refine a few things. So I think that should only take an hour of good, like, focused work time. And then, as I said, I am an uber plotter when it comes to prepping to write. So I like to take index cards and make scene cards for every single scene in my book. That way, when I sit down to draft, I look at my index card and I say, okay, here's the scene I'm writing next. And I never have to fear the blank page. I want to make my November plan and my calendar for the Rough Draft Challenge so that I can appropriately either adjust or confirm the word count goal that I am considering, which I will do a whole nother video on the Rough Draft Challenge and my prepping for it, so stay tuned. I want to prep my tools and my space for the Rough Draft Challenge, so that means charging my headphones, charging my FreeWrite Traveler, which is what I draft on, making sure I have my files set up on my computer to back up my work from my FreeWrite, cleaning my office, making sure I have all of my supplies, index cards, pencils, pens, note cards, post-it notes. I want all of those things easily accessible, preferably in my Delphonics pencil case here, or in my purple pencil case from Walmart. But I want to not have to think about, where's this pen? Where's that post-it card or post-it note? Where did I leave my scene cards? I want everything organized and ready to go so that I can just focus on writing. And then lastly, I need to sign up on the Rough Draft Challenge site and then make a mock cover. And I think that will only take a half an hour to do. I know it will only take a half an hour to do. So for my YouTube goals, I want to post this video that we're filming right now, that you're watching right now. I want to make a Preptober planner and goals video preparing for the Rough Draft Challenge. I want to create a Preptober vlog and kind of take you along with me for prepping my supplies, for cleaning my space, all of that kind of fun stuff. I think it might be kind of fun to make a vlog out of it. And then I have one more. I guess it doesn't really do any use to cover it because you are just going to pause the video and go back however many seconds, but I have another video idea. And then in my fitness goal, or in my fitness section, I want to run 12 times. I run 3 days a week. So I'm allowing myself to miss one day if I need to. I want to hit 7 miles again on a run, which is my current distance record. It's like 7.05 miles. I want to find more stretches, as I was talking about previously. And then I want to do yoga 3 times. And so I have how many task blocks I think these things will take me. I added them all up per section. So 33 writing task blocks, 40 YouTube, 48 fitness task blocks. And adding them all together, that gives me 121 task blocks, or 60 and a half hours that I have planned. And that's about 15 hours a week on top of my job, on top of eating, sleeping, showering, on top of keeping the house clean, on top of spending time with my husband and the dogs, on top of having a social life, maybe, on top of my second job at the brewery. So this is a bit ambitious, but again, I think I can do it. I just need to buckle down and do it. And then, like I said, I also overestimate on these things. My YouTube doesn't, hopefully, knock on wood, doesn't actually take me 10 hours per video, although sometimes it feels like it. So I am overestimating. This is probably more like 50 hours, but that's also that's nothing to sneeze at. So what I did on my calendar page was I took all of these things and I put them on my calendar. I wrote them in pencil so that I can erase them, but I did take my Tombow markers here and just do a little dot next to it so I can see which days are associated with which areas or focuses of my life. And then on the right side here, I have which YouTube video I want going up that week. And so I have the little, like today I am filming my October goals. I estimate it will take me 3 task blocks. I think I can get it done in less than that, but I'm allowing myself 3. Tomorrow I want to iron out my main character's character arc and their desire, fear, and misbelief, and I think I can spend an hour on that tomorrow evening. I do have plans tomorrow evening, but I think I will be able to find at least 1 task block, if not 2, to work on that. Probably 1, in all honesty. Let's hope I can get it done in 1 then. And Friday, I want to run and do yoga. I think that will take me 4 task blocks. And then I want to edit and post this video, which I hope will not take me 3 hours, but we'll see. And then Saturday, I want to plot. I do have to work at the brewery on Friday and Saturday. Friday, I work about 5.5 hours at the brewery on top of my day job. And then Saturday, I'm working for 9 hours at the brewery. So it's going to be a little bit of a tight schedule this October, but my month continues on like this, where I have my different tasks with their assigned task block estimates from this page. And we're gonna go for it. Nothing to it but to do it, so they say. So I will show you a quick setup of how I do my weeks. And if you are a perfectionist, I'm sorry. these lines aren't, oh, there we go, right off the bat. These lines are not going to be straight. They're not going to be even. They're not going to be perfect. But I don't care about that. So I just highlight each box with their appropriate color and, or outline, not highlight. And then I have my space here to assign how many, or to record how many task blocks I actually used for that week on the left side. And part of me wants to fast forward or cut this, but also I know some of you like, and myself included, I like seeing people draw lines like this or highlight or mark up their planners. There's something I find very almost soothing about it. So maybe I'll just leave it. And I apologize for the shadows. It is nighttime and it is dark. So I'm using my overhead light in my office and I'm also using my ring light. So there's naturally going to be some shadows, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. So I was recording my weekly weight for most of the year. I've kind of fallen off of that in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. I'm still weighing myself, so I'm still aware of how much I weigh, but I haven't been recording it in my planner. And maybe I'll add that back in. And I actually know my weight from the other day because I weighed myself. Oops, I didn't mean to do that in marker. What the heck? There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So I think what I would like to do is let's frickin' commit. Let's go for it. Today I want to film and then, oh my God. It's a good thing I've got my correction tape. I always do this. This is one downside to the designated boxes, is I always write the wrong tasks in. I almost did it again. I almost always write the wrong tasks in the wrong box. There we go. Friday, I want to run and do yoga. Sunday, I want to run. Let's see. Tomorrow, I want to work on MC's arc and desire, fear, misbelief. Friday, I want to run and do yoga, and then I want to edit and then thumbnail and post. Saturday. I want to plot on Sunday. I want to run. I want to film. Preptober, yeah. And I want to plot. That's a lot on Sunday. Okay, I'm doing it all on Sunday. My one day off this weekend. I'm doing it all. Totally realistic. Everything's fine. All right. Typically, I don't fill this in until after so that I can record what I've done. But I am going to try something new. And we're going to go with doing it before. And if I don't do it, I can just white it out or put a sticker over and rewrite it. But we're going to go for, yeah, we're going to go for doing it ahead of time and see how that goes. I have my little stickers here from Orange Umbrella Co. I also have my check marks. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice to just give myself some check marks when I do those things? Maybe. To reward myself, or to, with the promise of a reward, maybe I will put these in here. But, oh yeah, I was going to, maybe I'll put them on the back side for next week because I don't want them to block my to-do list or my page here. I was going to, because this is a lot. I'm not confident that I will get all of these done, but I think for the very bare minimum, my priorities should be my writing priority. It doesn't work. This one's fine. This pen or marker has not leaked. My writing priority needs to be finish plotting book 1. Because I cannot write if I don't have it plotted out. I also need to make scene cards. Okay. For fitness, I want to prioritize running 12 times. And for YouTube, at least 2 videos. Because I can think of a couple that I could sacrifice if I had to, or push back. So I would like to highlight them with their appropriate color, and then is that gonna bleed through? No. Wow. I mean, I can kind of see it, but that's great. All right. Oh yeah, and I wanted to, since we're in October, I just wanted to add this washi real quick. I know it doesn't quite match the vibes of the bold blooms, but it is black, and we are in spooky season officially as of today. It is October 1st. And I'm excited that this is almost gone. I'm excited that my Erin Condren planner for next year is the minimal design. So there's no colors, there's no designs, there's no nothing. It's just simple, and it won't match or clash with any decor that I choose to do, which is very exciting. Okay. So I think that about does it for me. This is for my standards at least, a little bit of a shorter video. So I would like to know if you have a goals planner, if you plan similarly to me, if you plan way differently than me. Also, if you think I'm cuckoo and there's no way in hell that I'm going to get all this done this month, well, don't tell me. Let me live in my delusion, actually. I don't want to know. I'm excited to just get back into a routine, to really get in touch with my writing again, because like I said, I have not been focused on it for almost 2 months now, and I'm so ready. I'm feeling that itch to get back into my writing, to just kind of tune out the world and do my thing. So it is getting late over here. It's almost 9 o'clock and I need to go to bed. So until I see you next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.